Hello everybody, just a quick update on the Daly and my wee battery pack since fitting my Daly active 1 amp balancer. I'm being brave and I'm running it down as low as I dare to see how my bottom balance is. Ooh, misses. Um, Previously, before fitting the 1 amp balancer, my bottom end was in tatters. It was so wildly out of balance where I'd have one cell at 3.2 volts and one cell downright low at 2.5, low voltage disconnecting it. It was really screwing the job up and hard to live with. As you can see, I've got a maximum cell voltage of 3.18 and a minimum cell voltage of 3.14. Before fitting the active balancer, I could never achieve it this low without a disconnect interrupting the show. Cell 14 is the lowest, cell 12 is the highest, but they're all quite nicely grouped together. So as I said, I'm going to be brave and run it down as low as I dare without any disconnects because I don't want any current spikes into the inverter. So I will stop it before it gets that low. So I just keep on running the tumble dryer probably until I get a minimum cell voltage of around about 2.9, 2.8 volts because there's nothing left below that point. So there it goes. Well, according to the old Daly guessometer, I've only got 9% left. Minimum voltage is 3.707, maximum's 3.13, deviation of 61 millivolts. Washing's still a little damp, so I'm going to have to take a brave pill and keep pushing. As I said, I'll take it down to about the 2.8 volt mark. And then I'll chicken out from there. One thing about the old Daly is I call it the guessometer because anything below charging or discharging with 2 amps, it doesn't count anything. And then anything that's slightly above the 2 amps, it flicks up and flicks up to 5 or 6 amps and down to 0 and up. So the remaining capacity is yet to be believed. So that's another good reason why I should push it down as low as I dare. I say keep on, I've reset this a couple of times. I've tried both resetting to 0 and I've tried resetting to 100%. And I still end up with a really big drift within a couple of days. So that's a bit chintzy. I'll carry on and keep being brave. To be continued. There we go, just to show you how much it's drifted. We are nearly at 0 and I'm still above 3 volts, only just, and it's still going. So that's how much of a drift the old guessometer has had over the past few days. Cell deviation is creeping up a bit now to what is that, 70 millivolts, 66 millivolts. But it's still well usable. It's nowhere near as bad. I mean, that's 65 millivolts, whereas before the active balancer was fitted, that was 660 millivolts. So we're looking good, looking promising. There's a little bit of load that comes off the voltage, bounce back up a little bit. So that's probably the tumble dryer on like a cool down cycle. I'll go and have a quick check and give it a poke again because we've still got more power to play with. So that's me on absolute 0, but I'm still at 3.09 volts. for the lowest cell. And exciting times, the tumble dryer is nearly finished. So just keep on running it now for shits and giggles, see how low I can go. Bloody inconvenience. So yeah, looking really good so far. We're still holding steady at just above the 3 volts. Cell deviation's 86 millivolts. Still a vast improvement from 600. So I was just interested to see how low I can go, because this gasometer is still at 0 and there's more to play with. Need to find out my margin of error and just how low voltage I can safely go. "20 minutes later, and we have just dipped a toe under 3 volts, and the deviation is up to 146 millivolts. But that is 20 minutes later, and the tumble dryer is on full. You can see I'm pulling 3 kilowatts. So if I was to scoot in and put the tumble dryer on medium, the load will come off and the cell voltage should maybe pop up a bit, and we'll drag it out a bit longer. So that's me now. Tumble dryer's on its lower setting, so as the load has halved, the voltage has crept back over to the 3 volts. Bugger, what was it I was going to say? Cell deviation 110. God, there was something else I was going to say, but I can't remember what it was. Never mind, I'm sure it will come back to me when I'm trying to nod off at sleep tonight. Oh, what was it I was going to say? Never mind, it's gone. Yeah, right, yeah. So I went back and checked the timestamp on a previous screen recording, and it was 12:15 that I hit 0% on the Daly BMS gasometer. And that's us just ticked under the 3.3 volts again, 2.997. So that's still a ways to go yet. And what I have found is obviously the less load on the battery, especially where these are poorly, the slightly better capacity you will get. You know, the voltage doesn't sag down as severely. But we're still going. So that is me over 45 minutes after the gasometer reached 0%, and minimum voltage is at 2.67 volts. The cell deviation is at 250 millivolts, which is not so great. One of the maximum cells at 3.1, so there still is a bit of imbalance down the bottom end, but compared to what I was dealing with, where it's the 600 millivolts and I was having to cut out all the time, it is such a vast improvement. I'm so happy with the little Daly 1 amp balancer. It has really fixed up the poorly battery pack quite nicely. It's just the gasometer on the BMS that's a pain in the ass. So I'm going to run in quick and kill that tumble dryer, and then I am going to cook lasagna. Look after yourselves. Thanks very much. Bye bye for now. Sorry, yeah, just me again quick. Right, so that's the load off, and the cell voltages are recovering slightly. There's not much solar at all coming in for a charge off of the panels position that they're laying in. So the minimum voltage will continue to tick up. The cell deviation's increased to 277 millivolts, and the temperature of the pack has gone up to 21 degrees. So there's a nice little bit of warmth to them, just where they was working hard at the lower voltage. You know, you can't defeat physics. So, yeah, that's about it for now. Thanks very much.